Good day, people. It's your boy, Master Chef Warren L. Booker Jr., and it's another episode of what? The Potluck at a special hour. People, my real job is educator. We had parent-teacher conference tonight, so I have to do what I have to do. I had to mind the business that pays me at this moment. Let's play the opener, and then hopefully some more people will come on in. Here goes.
What's on the menu today? The table is set your way. Sit down and have your say. Bon appetit.
Welcome to the Potluck Webcast with Master Chef Warren L. Booker Jr.
Let's see.
All right, today, people, and actually today is Bon Appetit. The first week of February, we talked about our sound, our gospel music. Last week, we talked about our culture, hashtag culture tags. And this week, our food, my favorite thing. Everything that I do is centered around food. This is the potluck. My movie, Strange Fruit, is cooking with strange fruit. A portion go with it. So I like to eat. So I'm so happy. And I hope that you guys are just as excited as I am. I have a very special guest here with me, and she is ready to go. But we have a few announcements. And if you'd like to become a sponsor of the show or like your announcements, please email me at yahoo.com, a shameless plug. And we can talk about how much you want to pay me. But I'm just joking. If you have an event that's coming up, just let me know, and I'll be sure to share it with my fan base. I want to make a few announcements before I bring my very special guest in. The first announcement is the Old Morning Star Reunion virtual concert, which will be held next Sunday, February the 27th, 2022 at 6 o'clock p.m. on my Facebook page, Warren L. Booker Jr., as well as my YouTube channel, Warren Booker Jr., honoring my godmother, the Honorable Miss Betty J. LaGrone. Trust me, people, you do not want to miss this event. The virtual choir is banging. We're doing something that has never been done before by us. I can't say, but it's been done before. So make sure next Sunday, February the 27th, tune in at 6 o'clock p.m. via YouTube, as well as my Facebook page. All righty, next we have Artists United, along with S1 Young, will be performing living history pieces this Saturday from 11 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. And hey, yours truly will be there. I won't be myself. I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to be. You need to be there or be square. All right, our next announcement. If you want to join the new UAPB Symphonic Pride Community Orchestra, you need to contact Mr. Derek Rain. The interest meeting will be held on Saturday, February the 19th, which that's this Saturday from 10 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. And you can email uapb.symphonicpride@gmail.com and or scan the QR code. And it's my understanding this is for any person that has talent, has an instrument, you play the drums or the piano, or just enjoy playing music at home. This is your opportunity. So make sure that you sign up. And again, the interest meeting and rehearsal is this Saturday, February the 19th, 2022, from 10 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. And registration is required by when tomorrow, which is February the 18th. So don't miss out on this grand opportunity. All instruments and ages are welcome. And again, you can email symphonicpride@gmail.com, or for more information, you can text. Again, TEXC. I'm coming around there. Text 501-291-2886. Again, that's 501-291-2886. And I'm not sure if that's Derek Rainey's number, but he is the person that is over there. All right, just to recap, we are right here on February the 17th, and we're going to be discussing our food. Right before I bring my special guest, this is our moment in Black history, Mr. George Crumb. And to make this story short, basically, he was a chef. He was cooking in the kitchen. There was a customer that's just being kind of disgruntled and being mean, constantly complaining about his potatoes being too soft, being too hard, cut too thick. So Mr. Crumb was an expert at throwing shade. He said, I'm going to teach you. So he got those potatoes and cut them really, really thin out of angst and sent them out there, fried them really hard and sent them out there. And guess what? The customer ended up liking it. And that's how we came up with our potato chips. as we know them. All right, so that is that. Now it is time for my very special guest that I am about to bring on camera with me. Is my friend, my coworker, Miss Tara Rainey. Hold up, Rainey. Let me get rid of Mr. Crumb. Mr. Crumb still trying to hang around. All righty. Again, coming to the potluck table where we're about to eat. It's showing up to be Bon Appetit. My friend, my coworker, Miss Tara Rainey. Welcome back to the potluck table, Miss Rainey.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey.
all right. Again, thank you so much for joining me at the table. Last week you were here for the culture. Actually, you were the winner. Won a whole
I'm rich.
$14. All righty. So I'm not going to be selfish with my appetizer. I'm going to share that with you as well. You know, sometimes I don't like to share my appetizer, but today I decided I'll share it with my guests. So here it goes. Oh, that's not it. Did I upload it? Okay, people. I might not have uploaded it. Okay, let's see. That ain't it. Okay, there you go. All right. A recipe has no soul. You, as the cook, must bring soul to the recipe. And that's from Thomas Keeler. Again, a recipe. We got a chef in the background snapping. Has no soul. But you, as the cook, must bring soul. I said, you got to bring soul. You got to bring soul to the recipe. And that was from Mr. Thomas Keeler. Again, you know, us people that look like me by the skin got to be a little extra. And I need a little water. Need a little water. All right. So we're gonna keep on moving. Don't stop. No. So we've had an appetizer, and our featured menu item today. Our featured menu item is soul food, and we got food to eat here today. I'm so excited about that. And right before I talk about it, I actually have a young lady that I found today on YouTube who's going to give us a little information about soul food. So I'm going to play the video real quick. It's 5 minutes. I chopped up to 2.5 minutes, so I'm going to take much of the time. So listen to her, and then we will be back.
I'm cold.
Living outside of your home country makes you start really thinking about your heritage, and lately I've been doing a lot of research. So I figured I'd bring you 10 facts about soul food you probably didn't know. Let's start by figuring out what the heck is soul food to begin with, since it can be hard to determine the difference between soul food and Southern food. In the 1969 Soul Food Cookbook, Bob Jeffries summed it up pretty well by saying, while all soul food is Southern food, not all Southern food is soul food. So, soul food is a niche from American Southern cooking. Speaking of 1969, did you know that soul food didn't even exist before the 60s? With the rise of the civil rights and black nationalism movements, many African Americans wanted to establish their cultural legacy. So, terms like soul music made way for terms like soul food to describe the way their ancestors have been cooking for generations. Now, if you think soul food came from a tradition of eating hog mugs and piles of fried chicken, then you better think again. Because for thousands of years, traditional West African cuisine was predominantly vegetarian. Big portions of meat were only for special occasions, which actually makes a lot of sense when you consider you'd have to run down the chicken, drain the chicken, pluck the chicken, bread the chicken, and then fry the chicken just to get the dinner. The transatlantic slave trade brought many foods to Americas from both Africa and Europe. Things like rice and okra are from West Africa, while things like cabbage are from Portugal. Speaking of Portugal, did you know the largest population of African heritage outside of Africa is Brazil? And Brazil was a colony from Portugal? Yeah, see how I did that? Depending on who you ask, as little as 4% of all African slaves went to North America. So the struggle was real far beyond US borders.
Okay, he was like, I want to bring out
All
my
righty,
book.
so we're back. And as she stated, Taro didn't talk to somebody. I don't know who she's talking to. But with that being said, of course, I'm not going to go into all that she said. You heard that, but like she was differentiating between soul food and southern food, and I think they're very close. And she mentioned chicken, man. I love chicken. I didn't fry any chicken. Rainy, did you fry any chicken? No, but we
I
all
did
know.
desserts.
Okay, okay. We do all know that chicken is a staple at any event, especially at church. There's nothing like church chicken, or there's a funeral chicken or club chicken.
Oh, that fume chicken.
Funeral chicken, man, it'd be so good. That's why I only eat Walmart chicken during funerals. It just, I mean, it hit differently. I mean, I don't know what it is about that chicken. So we all know we like Yardbird. I mean, that's just a given. We like the Yardbird, but I didn't cook any of that today, unfortunately. And as she stated, there's nothing new under the sun. And oftentimes people realize that, like I have some friends, oh, yes, I'm vegan, I'm vegetarian, I don't do this, I don't. Now they ate meat all their life, but now, oh, I get to do that. How do you fix your mouth to do that? First of all, you ain't doing nothing new. As they
Like
stated,
this.
African, exactly. Our African culture, and as it relates to our foods, we were pretty much vegetarian. We ate roughage, we ate okra and rice and things of that nature. So meat was for special occasions. What we're eating and what we're calling is soul food is actually slave food. These are the things that our slave masters or their slave masters during that time did not want to eat. Things like the chitlins, the pig feet, the chicken feet, the neck bones, the oxtails, the liver, the kidney, and all of that. The organs that they did not want to eat. And some people even eat mountain oysters, which are the testicles, I believe. Am I right about that, Tara? Yeah, so those were things that they did not want to eat because they thought that we were inferior and they were superior, and they just like, and some people like that. I don't give people something I don't want. If I'm giving you something, trust and believe it's a sacrifice because I want it as well. If I give you a piece of my chicken, trust me, I wanted that leg, but because I love you, I'm willing to share my food. A piece of my soul, I'm willing to share that with you. But my people, and y'all, I love being black. It's hard out here for a pimp. But I love our people because we're so innovative. We can take nothing and make it something and make you want what you thought was nothing. So that's pretty much what we did with these organs and feet and testicles and stuff that they were given. So with that being said, we're gonna start introducing our prepared dishes, and we're gonna go out of order. Or should we go out of order? Should we go in order? As far as
You're the
desserts,
host.
okay. So am I? I couldn't tell last week, but okay. My grandma told y'all he the master chef, but we'll go in order. So, people, I have prepared a plate, and I don't know if you can see it very well, and I can't tilt it too much, but I'll talk about it. I have prepared chitlins, as we call it in Packentown. I've prepared some candy yams, or really some sweet potatoes, because I've learned that yams, what real yams are, no, they ain't what we eat over here. As well as some mustard and turnip greens, which had some ham hock in it, but the ham hock didn't make it to my plate. But it's a little piece of ham hock meat in it. Again, a hock, is that a part of the butt? I've heard people say
What?
sit your hocks down. Was it the thigh? I don't know. But ham hock, I don't know. Maybe somebody in the comment can tell us. Let's do a shout out. Demetrius Parker. Roxanne, you love oxtails. I do too. Monica Williams Spencer, what's up? So I'm gonna dissect my plate now. Chitterlings, again. Some may ask, how do you prepare them? Well, I'm gonna start off by telling you how not to prepare them. I had a great idea last night because I had so much going on that I was going to cook my chitterlings tonight. I did really good. I went to bed about 1 o'clock. I said I'm gonna wake up about 5. I woke up about 5:30 and I checked the pot. I had it on 4 on my electric stove. It was cool. It cooked down, had a nice little kind of gravy to it. So I said, well, I need a few more hours. If I turn it up to about 6, then we'll be okay. Needless to say, I woke up about 7 something and my house was full of smoke. And this is what my pot looked like. And this is where I put it outside. So the dog, I mean, it looks like leaves. It's just burnt. Um, so because I am determined, and my boss is my Facebook friend, and I hope I don't get in trouble. But if so, I was determined to get these done. So I brought my chitlins to school. Had electric. You know what? I ain't gonna. No, I'm just playing. But
Don't tell on yourself.
anyway, I have chitterlings, and of course, if you're eating chitlins. Now, if you're eating chitlins, I don't know how you eat that. You have to have. They ain't paying me nothing for this, but you have to have you some Louisiana hot sauce. How they be doing it there like that? All right, and you have to put your hot sauce on there. Now, some people put mustard and stuff like that. Don't like their food to touch. It is a-okay with me, but you have to put your hot sauce on there. And people say, "Oh my God, how do you eat chitterlings? How do you eat chitterlings? How do you eat them? I don't see how you eat them." Well, like this: you put them on your fork. Look, that do work. You open your mouth, and you eat them. Some people say they couldn't eat intestine. I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but some of y'all can. It actually, this ain't gonna get up and walk away. Mm.
Ugh.
Then I got my little
You don't
green.
have to pretend like it's good.
Mm-mm. And I've held out to eat this all day. My greens. And actually, I don't know about y'all, we acting sophisticated, but my grandmother makes hot water cornbread. And you take the cornbread and you mash it up in your greens and use your fingers and use some onion. And it's very similar to an African dish. And you can do it with your hands. Well, I'm being sophisticated because I'm on TV. And then lastly, my dessert are my sweet potatoes. That's sweet too. I put a ton of sugar in. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. Mama, I'm talking with food in my mouth, but that's okay. And I see my friend Deshaun just got on, and I want to. I'm about promoting other people. It's not all about me. The cup that I am drinking out of was created by him, and of course, I am a Phi Beta Sigma, and he created this tumbler, and it's very shiny, but it has culture for service. There are pictures of me, Phi Beta Sigma, on it. He hijacked my Facebook pictures and my name on the side, people. So if you are interested in a tumbler as such, then I ask you to contact Deshaun Ernest, and that's DASHAUN Godson Ernest EARNEST on Facebook, or you can contact me and I can send you this information. Again, Deshaun, I see you watching. Send me some hearts and some likes. We talking about you and your work, people. And he's working on another one for me for my favorite drink, which y'all know that's communion. Yeah, I know it was the blood. So again, contact Deshaun Ernest. Teresa says, "Save me someone. I really want to try them with some hot sauce and mustard." Hey, you work here? Contact me. I promise you, I'll get them to you. I promise you, T Ray. Send me a text message. Yeah, I get off early tomorrow. All right. So my ADD is kicked in. Let me see here. Now, again, this is plantation food. Now, and some people talk about the health, I guess, disparities or how this food is not good for you. And true enough, we are eating scraps. We are eating things that may be unhealthy. I don't know if there's a healthy way to prepare something that's unhealthy. However, one difference that I see, because grandmas, they ate this stuff and they lived to be 80, 90, 100. But one difference is they were not as sedentary as we are. They were active, so they were burning this stuff out. We eat this stuff, and we just sit up here, won't get on a treadmill or nothing. So it's very important. How are you doing, Miss Lanee? Thank you for joining. I mean, some good old chitlins and some greens and some candy yams. And you know what? Some pound cake would have been good. And I know you say your pound cakes. I said it's so good. Ooh, it's so good. So Lanee, I still have to get some of that pound cake. Ooh, excuse me. Let me take a drink. So now, let me turn it over to my T-Rain, my coworker, my friend, and she's going to talk about the dishes that she has prepared. She kind of.
I'm a little shy. All right, so I have two traditional soul food Desserts. The first one I have is tea cakes. And a lot of people, I didn't know that a lot of people have never had tea cakes before, which really surprises me because we had them a lot. My grandma used to make them a lot. Um, the tea cakes, the history behind them is enslaved people used to make them for their slaveholders, for their family, for events, and it was adopted by the traditional English tea cake, which had it's a yeast dough and it has like fruit and stuff like that. So it was kind of a remix of that dish, and it can either be sweetened with lemon, flavors added like lemon or nutmeg. And the ones I do have nutmeg in them because that's how my grandma used to make them.
Mhm.
And I've seen very different kinds that look more like biscuits. I've seen some that have icing on them. So this is kind of like what grandma used to make. So I have the tea cakes, and then the other one I
Hold up,
have
give Grandma a shout out before you give Grandma a shout out. Say her name, put it in the atmosphere.
Leela Mae Rouse Smith. Rest in peace. I love
I
you,
love it.
girl.
We love you. We love you. Before you move to your next dish, as it relates to the tea cake, so I'm looking at it. It kind of looks like a cookie. Is it similar to a cookie,
So
or is
it's similar to a cookie, but it's kind of like a cake. So it's a mixture of the two. It's like a cookie, but it's a cake, but it's a biscuit. So it's kind of
hmm.
it's a mixture of all of it. It
So
just
it's a cookie
depends on the
cake
method
biscuit?
that you use.
Okay.
So it depends on the method you go about cooking them. So these are more cookie slash cake like versus the ones that I've seen that look more like biscuits. They're a little more flaky in the middle, and kind of resemble like a scone.
And if you were to compare it to a cookie that we know of, what cookie would it be similar to?
Um, I would say it'd be kind of like a snickerdoodle or sugar cookie, but
Okay.
like with snickerdoodle, it has the cinnamon on the outside. These have
Okay.
nutmeg on the inside, so it's a spice. I would say it's a spiced sugar cookie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Love it.
and I would say I used to I had that Brookie's cookies with my little cousin, and we had made some for one of my cousins, and she gave it to her mom. And she said her mom just started crying after she ate it because
Mm.
she said it reminded her of her mom.
It took her there.
So yeah. The next dessert I have is peach cobbler.
Hey.
So oh, it smells
Oh,
so
no.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, most people who make peach cobbler, if you're using pie crust, you're not making cobbler. You're making pie. Okay. Because peach cobbler is the dough for it is a batter base. So traditionally, well, when enslaved people, they would take the scraps from biscuits and use the scraps from biscuits to make peach cobbler. So they
Hmm.
would put the fruit on the bottom with some with a lot of sugar or whatever, and top it with the biscuit dough. So
Wow.
we have kind of changed it a little bit, making it more batter based versus the biscuit dough. It's a more liquid batter. And then the easiest way to do it is just use pie crust, but this tastes better. It's more fluffy.
Hmm.
It smells so good too.
Mm-hmm.
All that butter in there.
I wish you could send me this little tainted piece.
I'll bring you some tomorrow.
Okay.
But traditionally, it was cooked in an iron pot and it
Hmm.
was cooked over hot coals. So it was basically like a cast iron over coals instead of baked in an oven. And that's
Gotcha.
peach cobbler.
All right. That I get, and I just think about how when I think about meals and stuff like, oh, excuse me, like that. We didn't say, oh, I need a dessert. It was always, I need something sweet. I gotta take for something
I need
sweet.
something sweet to eat.
Something sweet to eat. And that was our dessert. And if you're a part of our culture, you understand exactly what that person is saying. And to be truthful, for me, whenever I eat a meal or lunch or anything, afterwards, it's like I need something sweet. It could be a piece of candy, some gum, or something. And I think I've kind of rubbed off on my friend because we eat lunch together.
Yes.
And I've noticed she be needing something sweet to eat after she eats her food. And that's just kind of like what we do. That's just kind of like what we do. And I mean, I love our foods, and I think that some things like for health reasons you need to move away, but I think you can, I mean, kind of move away from it. But everything you must do it in moderation. You can overdo anything. So I still think there's nothing wrong eating a little chit chit. I said chit chit. I didn't cuss. Look in my mouth for those people who want to go back and tell somebody that I cuss. I said chit chit. But in our family, it's actually it's a delicacy. You don't eat chitlins every day. That we don't cook it as often as as often as chicken, for example. You get chitlins on Thanksgiving and Christmas in our family. Now, as for me in my house, now I eat chitlins. Like when it snow, I slip inside out there and go get me a bag of chitlins. Also, now the process, I am a chitlin connoisseur. I minored in chitlin eating, but not in chitlin. Of course, the traditional process is, I mean, I don't know. We didn't get to the point where we were killing the hogs. My mom them can relate to that. But, you buy your bucket, you get them. They do smell really bad. It's the intestine. It's the intestine. So just imagine how that smells. But you clean them, you pull off all that stuff, and you wash them. Now, I heard some people put them in the washing machine and stuff, even with greens and stuff. You're doing the most. You're wrong. God is not pleased with those actions. But, you cook them. And now we're modern day. What is it? Aunt Bessie's. Those are really, really clean. And you basically get them and you pull off a little extra stuff and cut them up and season them. Someone asked me earlier, like, what do I put in mine? And for me, I put some onion. Actually, I use seasoned blend this time. It has a mixture of several vegetables, garlic powder, onion powder. I put slap your mama, some salt and pepper, just a little bit. And it's all the seasons that I like to make it, season it to taste. Also, my mom she boils it first with no seasoning, and it's some white stuff that raises, so like some froth or something. Pour that off, wash them off, and then what is it?
It's called scum. It's the impurities that cook off. They rise to the top.
Okay, we're cooking off the impurities. We're cooking off the scum, and then it's on and popping. And maybe that's why our house don't smell like feces when it smells good. My mouth salivates. Oh, when I think about the goodness of Jesus and when I think about chitlins. And again, that's one of my favorite foods. And as far as the greens, people prepare them different. We do a lot of turkey and stuff. Hey, Octavia. She's joining the potluck. What you bringing to the potluck, Octavia?
What you got to eat? What you bringing?
She said, I'm bringing swag.
I'm not bringing anything.
And that's okay.
She said she bringing the balloons.
Oh.
I bring a balloon.
All right. Thank you so much, Teresa. And I'm just curious. How do you prepare some of your dishes? Because I know in different houses, people prepare things differently. Like people cook their chicken differently. Like with chicken, I love my mom's chicken, but some people don't season their flour. Some people season their flour. So it just really depends on what works best for you. You're gonna season to taste. Because I know when you ask your grandmothers, some of them that are cooks, you ask them, well, Mother, how much do you put about this much of this and a little bit of nutmeg? Like, what is this much? Like, what? I don't know. And recipes sometimes on what's up, Derek? People on my ADD done kicked in. Online, sometimes they're not right. I remember one time I cooked a sweet potato pie. That's one of my favorite desserts. I guess I like food. Everything is my favorite. And it called for buttermilk and this, and it never gelled. It never got hard. And my grandmother was trying to eat it. And she's like, boy, it's you done put some sugar here. I said, they put the amount that they said, but I wasn't eating it. So, and I'm not ashamed about my failures. So since we're still talking about soul food, I got one more video. It's like 2.5 minutes. And she's going to finish talking about soul food. 5 more facts about soul food that you may or may not have known. You didn't understand why we calling it soul food, but it comes from our soul. To cook, I cook these things 10 hours in between work after burning up a pot. So you got to love it in order to put all that work in there. So let's watch this video and then I'll be right back.
Living outside of your home greens. Collard greens have been eaten for over 2,000 years, with evidence showing that even ancient Greeks ate them. Like, what didn't the Greeks get down with, right? Collard greens are typically boiled down in salted water with a piece of smoked meat. It's a soul food classic, a must-do. Exquisite. And you know that scrumptious broth that's left over in the bottom of the pot? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Well, that's called pot liquor. Pot liquor is the liquid left over after boiling a pot of greens. It contains a lot of vitamins. Most importantly, it contains a lot of vitamin K, which helps to prevent blood clotting. So, next time you have that pot of greens, maybe you should concentrate on drinking that pot liquor instead of picking on that ham hock, huh? Black-eyed peas are eaten all over the world, but in the southern US, they are thought to bring good luck when they are eaten on New Year's Day. In the time of racial segregation, the name Chitlin Circuit was given to the string of performance venues where it was acceptable for African Americans to perform. The name derived from the soul food dish, chitterlings, which is slow-cooked pig intestines. A good bowl of chitlins can make you think anything is possible in a culinary sense. If you're all of a sudden feeling like Superman, you probably got a bad batch. Not good. It takes a lot of love to make something like that taste good, which brings me to the term slow food. Soul food is the epitome of slow food because everything takes so damn long to cook. Patience is a key element in soul cooking. It takes a lot of time and creativity to make these dishes come to life. Something I think a lot of cultures can identify with. So what's soul cooking to you? Check out americulinariska.com for a resource list to learn more about the history of soul food and more. If you like this video, share it and subscribe. I can't make more without support.
All right, people, there you have it. So you probably never knew that there was so much history behind soul food. We were just eating chitlins, just eating greens, so on and so forth. And pot liquor, anybody from Packentown, you're thinking about pot liquor, which is this the little town right before you get into Packentown. But no, actually, as she said, it's good in vitamin K. It's good for blood clotting. I don't know about all that ham hock because we been putting a lot of meat in them. My grandma, Medea, makes greens. She calls them stroke greens because it got pigtail and ham hock and salt meat and all that stuff. But we find purpose for everything. And actually, I've been told that pot liquor actually got their name from, actual pot liquor. It was my understanding that the maids and stuff could not eat, the food that they prepared for the masters, and all would be left would be the liquor, and I guess maybe a little bit cornbread, and that's how they got that name. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've been told. And we're so creative with our foods. What's that again?
We're innovative.
Innovative. And next thing you know, you be wanting some pot liquor and some cornbread. That reminds me, Rainey, just the other week when you cooked the
Ramen.
I brought that juice home. Said I could put this in something, with old good pot liquor. And I actually use it as like a dipping sauce. I'm like, if I could dip a burrito taco in some motor oil, I can dip my chicken in ramen sauce. So we're always so creative, and I appreciate that. And I've seen a post here today on Facebook. Now, I have not tried everything. Have y'all tried this?
What is it?
Deep fried pig feet. Now, I eat pig feet. I don't know. My folks like to try stuff. So any of my people that want to try some deep fried pig feet, what's up, CC? Hey, invite me over. I'll try it. I'll try it. So deep fried pig feet. So anybody want to try that? Also, one other thing is about hush puppies. I was told that how hush puppies came about. I don't know if it's a true story. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I was told that back in the day, of course, when people were running away, Harriet, had them come on. I've been wondering. I don't know those words, but anyway, as they were cooking food as they were running away, of course, they sick hound dogs behind them, and they would take cornmeal and use their hoe to actually cook the cornbread on. And there's also a hoe cake too, and some people call it hot water cornbread. I just think some people call the same thing different things. But it's my understanding they would make these hush puppies and throw them out at the hound dogs. And I've been told that they would just get distracted and eat. And I also heard a story they would put strychnine poison in them and they would hush the puppy because the puppy would be dead because of strychnine poisoning. Now, I don't know if that's true. Go look it up, y'all researchers. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. But I can say I have definitely enjoyed this episode of the Potluck. I don't have to wait to eat after this, even though I am going to revisit that pot. But I got a happy plate. I got a few greens on there because they're cold. They're freezing cold. I don't eat cold greens. But yeah, I'm going to finish this up and get a few more chitlins and grab my hot sauce, Louisiana. And I'm going to drink out of my cup. I got my communion in my cup made by Mr. Ernest. Okay, there we go. Again, hashtag Deshaun Ernest. I really love this cup. And you be blessed. Today is a half day for me tomorrow, but don't be calling me for nothing. So just to recap, I want to revisit our dessert, and I'm not going to preach it this time. Now, I guess it's going to be this is our dessert now. It was an appetizer. A recipe has no soul. You, the cook, must bring soul to the recipe. And not only as it relates to food, I think to any environment you're in, you got to bring soul to it. Everything I do is soul. It's just natural. It's in our roots. We may have been stripped from our culture, attempted, but the African cuisine has influenced a lot of the foods that we eat today. And I'm sorry, our culture is just that strong. It's influenced a lot of stuff. Let's recap our announcements. And church, don't be trying to call me.
I don't know that one.
I ain't said nothing. See?
Alexa,
Alexa got some soul. I ain't said nothing to even start with A, but she got some soul. The virtual concert, February the 27th. Also, be sure to stop by Mosaic Templars, located here on 9th Street in the Little Rock District. Living History this Saturday from 11 to 1. Yours truly will be there. Also, don't forget to hit up the UAPB Symphonic Community Orchestra. You can contact or email uapbsymphonicpride@gmail.com and go back and watch this video. And I provided the number already in the first part of the show. And last but not least, next week, our talent, we're going to share our talent. There'll be a talent show and a Black History program produced by myself and as well as any other talent. So if you have a talent that you would like to display, be it play a harp or a violin, Derek, or singing, so on and so forth, please just inbox me and I will get your video or you can come on and do it live. And we will have our annual Black History program here at the Potluck Church of Christ Missionary Baptist Church. Yeah, we will do that. And with that being said, T-Rain, do you have anything else for the people?
I just wanted to re-emphasize about the UAPB Symphonic Orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
Support this Black conductor, my brother.
What's his name?
Derek Michael Rainey.
Okay. The whole name.
He's a new orchestra instructor at UAPB, so he's working on building community. This is for all ages of any instrument, whether you play strings, brass, woodwind, keys, drums, anything. He needs everyone. If you know anyone that would be interested, please have them contact my brother, Derek Rainey.
501. Text 501.
I don't know the number.
Okay, hold up. Okay. See, I like live because stuff like this happens. I really do like stuff like this. Let's see. Tara Rainey. What she sent me. She said, they said you can text 501-291-2886. Again, that's 501-291-2886. I do voiceovers too. So if you need me to do your announcements and do some voiceovers, hit your boy up. All right, people, I am hush.
Puppy.
Hush,
Puppy.
somebody's calling my
Yeah, hush puppy.
hush. Do y'all hear that? Hush, y'all. Those chitlins calling my name, so I'm about to be out. I thank you so much, Tara Laney, for joining me again on the potluck. I might have to make you my co-host, but we'll talk about that.
Hey.
We'll talk about that later. Again, thank you for taking time out your busy schedule. For all the people that have tuned in, I definitely want to appreciate you. I want to show my appreciation and thank you for joining in because you can do anything else. And of course, I know tonight was a special night. I'm gonna get in the comment section. Teresa, don't forget to contact me. I'm about to get off about those chitlins. I'll get those to you. I think my sister's on here, Jimmy. Again, everybody, Nakisha Rose, thank you so much for joining us here at the potluck table. We got a chance to eat today, and once COVID is gone, man, we're gonna be in person, gonna be eating for real all the time. So again, thank you so much for joining us at the potluck. I am Master Chef Warren L. Booker Jr., and I could not appreciate you any more than I already am for being here. I truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I ask that you please like, tag, and share this video. And my co-host phone has died. I just got a text. And that's what I love about life. How do you recover? So go back to grandma's kitchen and realize when you eat that soul food, there's more to it than what you would imagine or that you know. So hopefully you learned something. And with that being said, I am out of here. Remember, at the potluck, whatever you bring, we're going to eat it. And next week, bring your talents because I want to have you right here for our Black History Program / talent show. Have a great night, people. Be blessed.